Big round of applause then, keep the noise going.
For 80 years, they've dropped from the skies. These are members of the Parachute Regiment, as the Army's official parachute display team. They are the Red Devils, a name that's been synonymous with the regiment's troops since the Second World War.
If you say to a member of the public why they're called Red Devils, they'll always point at the maroon red beret. But actually the nickname came from battles in North Africa. So the first time they were deployed as a brigade, it's stormy weather. The soil is a local red clay. So as these guys parachuted in, they got covered head to toe in this red clay, and they wore the famous Denison smock, which has a flap at the back to tie between your legs. And the local Arabs saw these red men with tails flapping and nicknamed them. They saw these men with tails, and this reputation got back to the Germans. And the first time the Paras went into action, they were screaming, shouting, desperate to get at the enemy. And all the Germans could see were red men with tails. And they went, oh my God, it's the Rote Teufel, the Red Devils are here, the Red Devils.
The Paras are an elite airborne fighting force. They were formed in 1942 and were Winston Churchill's idea. He'd been so impressed by the performance of Germany's paratroopers that he called for the creation of a British equivalent. And right from the start, they gained themselves a fearsome reputation that lives on.
It's because it's the best of the best, you know what I mean? I've heard it from around the whole world, really. You can ask anyone and they'll be like, Parachute Regiment's best of the best.
Obviously, the Parachute Regiment, while going through basic training, was the one to join, and it's just based on their infectious optimism and their reputation preceding them.
That was something reflected on by the Colonel Commandant of the regiment when he addressed the crowds gathered for an 80th anniversary celebration.
Battalion life has always been a frenzy of training and tactical exercises. Airborne initiative combined with professional excellence and unimaginable courage. And that's what makes us an enviable recipe for operational success. Anywhere, anytime, and against all odds.
Since their formation, the Paras have been in constant action, but some campaigns stand out.
The reputation was really carved out at the Battle of Arnhem in the Second World War. The Parachute Regiment has always looked for soldiers who demonstrate ABI, Airborne Initiative. They're dropping behind enemy lines. The officers may not necessarily be with them, so the private soldier, the Tom, has to see that operation through. So they have to have a certain amount of initiative and spirit. And that was demonstrated the most at Arnhem, cut off, facing 2 German armoured divisions, just 10,000 men trying to hold a bridge with light weapons, fighting the Germans tooth and nail. That's where their reputation was sealed.
Arnhem isn't the only operation of note. The Falklands conflict in 1982 also put the Paras spirit to the test.
In battle, they proved to be remarkable young men who fought, of course, for one another. Their skills were very high. They just were there for one another until it ended. And if it went on for more than one day, as it certainly did at Darwin and Goose Green, they just carried on. Not a lot of food. Sometimes we came close to running out of ammunition, but that airborne spirit was there, and that took us through. And I will always be very proud of the men I was privileged to command.
The Parachute Regiment is made up of 4 battalions. One para is the Special Forces Support Group, and there's always a battalion at high readiness for worldwide intervention operations. Most recently, they showed their worth on Op Pitting, the military operation to evacuate British nationals and eligible Afghans from Afghanistan following the Taliban takeover.
The highlight was obviously Operation Pitting. It was mega going out there, seeing what my job role is. Up close, it was really good to help people, stuff like that.
You can see how it helped people, and I had a few personal cases there where there were international cadets at Sandhurst with me that were obviously from Afghanistan, and I got to physically get them out of the crowd and evacuate them back to the UK. So yeah, that was obviously a real reward and something I'll take with me for the rest of my life and remember for the rest of my life.
And the pride in a job well done is felt across the regiment. But whatever the operation, all Paras are united by having operated under the regiment's watchwords of professionalism, resilience, discipline, versatility, courage and self-reliance. Claire Sadler, Forces News. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.